Opening credits. Potty-Train Your Kid. Fast methods to speed up potty training habits. Written by Bill Ostertag. Narrated by Rick Parody. Introduction. A lot of parents don't like potty training. Why? Because it's messy, it's a struggle, and there is no one way to do it. But potty training can be fun, in a way, and the mess can be limited. The solution to potty training lies in the method. The confusing thing, however, is that there are a million methods, and there are a huge number of books about the topic, all claiming to have the basic step-by-step formula for only 3 days. The reason why not everything works, and why those books have 1-star reviews with comments like, "Didn't work for me, don't waste your money," is that every child is different. Potty training cannot always be achieved in 3 days. If you create that much pressure, and then expect everything to be okay without accidents for years to come, you have to wake up. That's not life. Some kids are fast, and others are slow. I promise you, however, that if you stay on top of things, and if you utilize the tips I will give you in this book, you will be successful. These methods aren't just something I made up. They have been tried and tested, and they richly add to your potty training experience with your child. They help, and they work. So don't wait any longer and begin the best potty training right now by applying what you learn from this book. I'll see you in the first chapter. Chapter 1. Lead by example. Children are very sensitive to routines and schedule, and no, you cannot force the poop or pee out of a kid if the bladder isn't full, or they just don't have anything to release from their bums. But having them sit on the potty gets them into the habit of going there. The place becomes familiar, and finding their way to the bathroom becomes something they become more comfortable with. If you put them on a schedule, this will enhance the expectation of it, even though they cannot tell time. Even if your child is a boy, teach him to sit first. Later, he can learn to pee standing up. Sitting is easier. You don't have to aim. You don't have to react when it comes. All you have to do is sit up and let it flow. So start that way. Be an example. I know it may be awkward for you to sit on the toilet and have your kid watch because we've grown up to hide and cover up our toilet habits. We lock the doors, don't talk about it, and certainly don't want anyone to hear, smell, or see it. It's humiliating and embarrassing, but it's the truth, and our children have to know that. They need to see us and know that it's okay. They need to know how it's done. So lead by example. Open the door and show them how you use the toilet. Toddlers are copycats, and they'll want to do anything you do. So give them the chance to do so. This is probably one of the easiest ways. Our 1-year-old watches with big, curious eyes when we go to the bathroom. I'm pretty sure what we do gets registered in her mind. Don't skip the start. When your child is ready, get ready yourself. If your child is going to the toilet for the first time, try to have both parents and/or perhaps some siblings there so that the training gets initiated. Don't miss out on this. It's almost like conditioning dogs, like Pavlov's experiment. Pavlov was a scientist from Russia who experimented with dogs. He figured out that dogs drool when they see food because they want to eat it. He then used a bell before each time he served them food. Once they got into that habit, he noticed that the dogs would start drooling even when he let them hear the bell, but without serving them food. The dogs had been conditioned to think about food every time he rang the bell. In a way, you are training your children to think of going to pee or poop every time they go to the toilet. They associate the bathroom with them pushing and trying. This is how it can slowly be learned. If you have a pet, you can point out that it poops and pees too. The child will feel empathized with and will sense that it's normal to poop and pee. If you don't have a pet, you can do the same thing with videos or pictures on the internet. It will be fun, especially if your child is an animal lover. Chapter 2: Preparation and Handy Items. What helps even better to put them on a schedule is to have a potty watch. These magnificent little watches go around the child's wrist and have a set alert that goes off every so often in a regular, consistent pattern and lets the child know that it's time to go to the bathroom and try. It's a very effective way I have personally seen several parents use, and the kids who wear them are proud of them and jump up and down from excitement when they hear it go off. It's fun, and it can certainly work. I remember one family who came to a hair salon. Because I had nothing else to do, I ended up entertaining the little girls for a while. Every time the potty watch went off, the little 2-year-old girl shouted, "Potty watch! Potty watch!" and she happily went to the toilet with her older sister. I think the thing was set for every 15 or 20 minutes, and it doesn't matter if they can't pee or poop when they go. There, I said it. It matters that they get into the habit of going to the bathroom. Later, they will go when they feel like something is coming or their bladder is getting full. Motivate your child with cool underwear. Children show off their underwear. I've seen kids pull down their shorts or skirts and proudly present their Princess or Ninja Turtles underwear to me without embarrassment. If your child is a fan of any of the commercial toys, movies, merchandise, or kid-friendly characters, then look up on the internet if you can find underwear with those figures on it. It will definitely motivate them. Let the child know that the potty chair is his or her very own. Write your child's name on it. Have him or her sit on it with clothes on to get used to it. After practicing for some time, you can suggest doing it with his or her pants down. This gradual process can help, especially when your child has a slow energy and has to get used to new habits anyway. This is part of the conditioning process, and in a way, you're using some sort of deep animalistic territorial instinct to help him or her claim this area as his or her own. Children can be quite possessive. You have probably seen this when they fight over a toy. Use it to your advantage when potty training. You can buy a child-sized potty, which can belong to the toddler. He or she will feel safer and will feel like it is theirs. This is a lot better than the adult-sized toilet. Many toddlers are scared of falling into the toilet. The anxiety can interfere with their ability to acquire the new habit of potty training. Make sure the seat attaches well and is comfortable to sit on. You will need a stool as well, so he or she can climb onto it. If you have a boy, buy a seat without a urine guard, or buy a removable potty. These things may prevent some pee on your bathroom floor, but they can also scrape the boy's genitals. You don't want the boy to connect potty time to pain. Some toilets I personally recommend. Mickey Mouse Potty Training Seat. Mommy's Helper with step-up and seat. Blue toilet seat with panda image. Here is another thought. Some mothers have tossed in cereals into the toilet so the boys can aim on them. Cheerios, Fruit Loops, ping pong balls, which won't flush, and other objects for target practice can be helpful. This way it becomes more fun. If you have ever been in certain public men's bathrooms in Europe, or maybe in other areas where they do that, you know that a lot of the urinals have a sticker of a fly in them. Every grown man like it when they can aim for something, and they will spill less, so you can imagine that little boys will love it as well. You can even do a point system, with which you count how many times he hit the object. The vinyl fly sticker is the following: urinal aiming sticker. Other mothers have suggested to get started in the summer or spring and have boys pee against trees. It gives them a sense of freedom, and there is no missing the toilet, so they never do something wrong. Hitting your own shoes is rare anyway. So take them to the forest, or, if your backyard is not very exposed, let them pee against the trees in the backyard. This will get them to explore the way their organ works and what exactly they can do, how to aim, etc. Some fathers try to tell little boys that they need to pull back the skin at the tip of their genitals. I always tell my wife, who says this is nonsense. If you aim, you can just let it flow. Hopefully, this wasn't too much information for you. It helps to leave the door open, have little stairs, have their room next to the bathroom, and other ways that provide easy access to the bathroom. If they need to go, it needs to be fast, and that's what matters most when you want to prevent accidents. They don't know it very far in advance, so the faster you can say, "Go, go, go," and help them get there, the better. One thing Daniel the Tiger says, I love that cartoon: if you gotta go potty, stop and go right away. Flush and wash and on your way. Have them watch it and sing it if you like. It worked for our toddler. Regarding stickers, there are stickers for sale that you can put on the toilet with their favorite cartoon characters, cars, princesses, or whatever they are interested in. If they like to look at it, it will be more likely that they are inclined to go to it, and that it stays on their minds more consistently. They will get a small dopamine rush that breaks through the boredom of the day just by going to the toilet and seeing their favorite images, something they think is fun or pleasing to look at. Some mothers have reported success because of charts with stickers, stars, X's, or something else to keep track of the potty times. The reward can be a little toy, a trip to the fun place, or something delicious. Temporary tattoos have been used, and it makes them proud because they accomplished something and it is being recognized. Let your child practice with toilet paper. Show a picture of how far down to pull the toilet paper. You can also create your own picture and hang it on the wall. The image should display a child using toilet paper. Have them wipe their butts without having anything on there, just to practice. When your child is slowly becoming aware of the poop or pee in their diaper, you know that potty training will start soon. It's a sign that they are becoming more aware of what's happening and that they don't want to walk around with that stuff in their pants anymore. This is the perfect time to start potty training or pick it up again if you've neglected it. Additionally, when your child begins to be aware of his or her body functions, he or she will start to control the bladder more often, purposefully not wetting themselves and holding it in. This is a sign they may be ready for toilet training soon because they are showing control and a willingness to get rid of their urine elsewhere. When this happens, you can explain to them that they are ready for panties and that you're proud of them for holding it in until they can release it in the toilet. Make them feel competent. That's the key. Put the one-piece outfits on shelves. Overalls are a no-no when potty training. Instead, give them tops and bottoms, because the one-piece items take too long to take off. You want to make it as easy as possible for you to take off clothes as fast as possible when they say they need to go. Also, buttons are annoying and they take too much time. Other non-essential pieces of clothing like belts or fasteners you have to fumble with need to fly out the window for a while. If your toddler has undressing skills, like unzipping and unbuckling, you still shouldn't dress him or her up in clothes like that, because at the time your kid has to go potty, there is too much stress and rush going on. Your child shouldn't have to focus on taking clothes off too much. Chapter 3. Patterns. Here is a special tip. Let them run around naked sometimes, especially in the summer when it is warm enough. A potty seat in the corner of the backyard, if appropriate, or in the house, no clothes, and the constant reminder of what is down there will help them think of when they have to pee. If your toddler wets the bed regularly, then try waking him up about an hour or two after he or she goes to bed. Keep the training potty in their room and put night lights in the bathroom and bedroom to make the trips in the middle of the night easier for them. Night training and day training are two separate things. Don't think that if your kid is night trained, that it is automatically day trained, and vice versa. Keep those separate in your mind. Don't be the parent that asks in frustration, "How come you do so good during the day, and you can't control yourself at night?" One kid kept peeing the bed even when she was 8 years old. We kept telling the parents how important a set bedtime schedule was, but they didn't take the effort of enforcing it on their daughter. Then, one day, it was our turn to babysit. My wife took their daughter to the bathroom at 9 p.m., put her to bed, and woke her up at 11 p.m., each day to go to the bathroom one more time. That whole week, she didn't pee the bed once because my wife kept repeating this. As soon as we handed her over to the parents again, the pattern got interrupted, and no bedtimes were enforced. Within a few days, her parents complained that she had peed the bed again. All I could think was, they should have listened to my wife. If your child has a doll, a bear, or stuffed animal, or even an action figure, it's good practice to let them show that toy how to do it. By explaining it to their imaginary friend, the process gets repeated over and over again in their minds. This will make them feel proud and be a role model, even when they haven't mastered the toilet training skills themselves yet. Our toddler is only 1.5 years, and she is already putting her Elmo doll to sleep, placing him in the seat to watch TV with her, and feeding him lunch, a binky or a drink. Everyone wants to take care of something, or someone smaller, and little kids are no exception. We also have a 1-year-old, and she carries around her doll everywhere. She kisses it, puts it to sleep, and talks to it when I pretend it is crying. Go figure. When they have to go quickly. So your child needs to be able to pull his or her pants down fast. Make this possible by having your kids practice, showing them how it is done, and not making it too hard by having all kinds of buttons, etc. Have a toilet diploma. My brother did this, and it was pretty smart. Once a child was potty trained, so let's say went to the toilet a number of times without any accidents, or a consecutive number of times, they would receive a toilet diploma. The certificate would be hung up in the bathroom for all siblings to see, and a sense of pride would accompany the celebration during a movie and snacks or a trip to an indoor playground. I've seen it work for my brother's family. They have a few toilet diplomas in their bathrooms, and one of their children even came to me once, telling me with a proud look in her eyes that she could go to the bathroom by herself. Let siblings help too. Let the older brother or sister teach, show, and tell them how it's done. They may listen even better to them than to you, no matter how much you want them to follow your lead. Check for dryness regularly. By checking your child, you keep paying attention. This will also inform you sooner after an accident happens, and it will remind the child that he or she is still potty training. You checking their pants for wetness or dryness helps them be aware of having to go to the toilet regularly. They get reminded of what's down there, and that there is such a thing as going to the bathroom. Chapter 4. More tips. There is no one right age. Keep your eyes open for signs of your toddler being ready. Even when your child will start, it can take some time. All those scammy, proven formulas for having your child potty trained in 3 days may not work, because every child is different. So don't lose your patience, and know that the day will come when they are fully trained. Rome wasn't built in a day. Most parents know how it is when their kids have accidents. It happens. Some potty train their kids, something happens, and they're back in diapers again. I know that doesn't sound idealistic, and hopefully you can avoid that. But every parent empathizes with you when you tell them about potty training disasters. Download cartoons from YouTube, look them up on Netflix, or just search the web. There are plenty of Disney, Sesame Street, and other cartoons about toilet training. Here are some noticeable ones. Elmo's Potty Time, DVD. Potty Tower, DVD. Potty Time with Bear, DVD. Children's books can be bought online, in stores, or for really cheap in secondhand stores. There are a ton of books on using the toilet, so do a little research and find the best ones. Here are some popular ones. P is for Potty, Board Book with Elmo. Too Big for Diapers, Sesame Street Board Book. Duck Goes Potty, Board Book. It's important that they see others do it too. This way, they will feel supported and get the feeling that if they did it, then I can do it too. Support from kids the same age may matter more than you think. It's not the same as attention from adults. It's the kind of peer pressure you should use to your advantage if you have more than one child in the same age range. Have them take their shoes off. Shoes can get in the way, so practice taking shoes off. This will help them get faster and learn how to dress and undress quickly. My tip is to get those that you can take off without having to untie shoelaces or undo Velcro. There are many out there available that have none of that annoying stuff. Keep an eye out, even when they are playing and you are busy. If you see signs, haven't told them to go to the toilet for a while, or see something else happen, then it may be time for you to take their hand and accompany them to the toilet. This is one of the most essential things you have to do. So many people ignore their kids. They are busy in their online world, their work, their social media, or their household chores. Children need attention, and during the potty training process, this is crucial. Don't deny your kid drinks. Just because you don't want them to pee their pants doesn't mean you should deny them drinks. Keep giving them enough drinks for the following reasons. Number 1, water is extremely healthy. Number 2, even when they have to pee a little more, this will add to the process of self-control. Number 3, this will avoid thirst, bad moods, anxiety, and other side effects. So keep them hydrated and don't change anything. On the other hand, you may want to avoid pop a little. It's addicting, full of sugar, and it doesn't help a child stay hydrated. It usually only makes them thirstier. And then they will drink even more pop and load up on that stuff. Girls should wear skirts and dresses when they can. It's the perfect time to have her dress up as a little princess. It will make potty training easier, because she will only have to pull down her underpants. One of my siblings did this. He let his little girl walk around in a dress or skirt, but without underwear. This way, it was even easier, but they still got used to wearing clothes. In the winter, you can give your daughter tights, and they will also be very easy to pull down. Just for fun and for practice, do a race of who can pull down his or her pants or underwear the fastest. You can time it, have a prize, and have the rest of the family function as a crowd and cheer on the contestants. Call the toilet a nickname. Think of a funny nickname you can call the toilet. Something silly, something they like from a cartoon, or something they can think of. You can simply call it potty, or think of something like flusher, or poop remover, or stink begone, or pea pot. Some people have done this and said it worked for them. Personally, I haven't tried this. Explain and show that other toilets vary in size, color, or shape, and that some are dirtier or cleaner or easier to manage. Take them with you in public places, and don't forget to remind them of washing their hands with soap. Some of these places are full of bacteria, but it will help them realize that there are toilets everywhere, and they don't have to keep themselves from wanting to go. If the child helps you out with the laundry, he or she will learn that laundry will get dirty and that it has to be cleaned. This is part of the learning process involved in underwear, potty time, and everything related to it. Again, this gives them an imprint of what it's all about, and it helps them become more responsible. I know some people who hardly ever assign tasks to their kids. Guess what happened to these kids as they grew up? They became lazy or disrespectful of other people's homes, furniture, and valuables. It's perfectly okay to make your children work a little, as long as you don't make them perform some type of slave labor, which is the other extreme I've seen some parents do. And yes, their children didn't turn out well either. Another tip. Sometimes it seems like your child is just not ready. Your toddler may have too many setbacks or accidents, and it's just too frustrating. It is perfectly okay to switch back to diapers for some time until they feel like they are ready for it again. This is not the opposite of progress, but it's a temporary solution, and it can help. Chapter 5. Motivation. Consistently stimulate toilet training by giving compliments, encouraging, and reminding. Tell them, "Good job," and "better luck next time," and "Did you see how easy that was?" and "I knew you could do it," and "You are already pretty good at it," and similar comments. No child wants to put in the effort and be found without the proper praise and compliments. We all need the positive attention, and since this is something new, the child has a need for a proud parent. Accidents will happen, no matter how messy and disgusting this will be. But that's part of the process. Don't punish the child. Instead, getting ready for future accidents can be a good idea by keeping absorbent underwear and clean clothes on hand. Accidents will occur less frequently if there is less tension in the house. Anxiety has contributed to a myriad of children peeing their pants, so make sure not to overreact. When there is a lot of arguing, yelling, stress, a tense situation between parents or sibling rivalry, this can all add up. I've seen it happen to my own daughter. She would feel it coming fine each time, but whenever we freaked out, got into a fight, or got a little too aggressive, anxious, or upset at her, she would just let it go. It's a response to anxiety. Many kids who pee the bed when they are too old to do so often unconsciously respond to stress, a messy, chaotic household, inconsistency, or fear of their parents' punishment. Sometimes the problem isn't related to their own family, but they are being bullied, abused, or in some other way uncomfortable with things that aren't necessarily the parent's fault. Any psychologist will tell you this. It's common sense. Yet, and that surprised me, I've seen parents who purely attribute their children's bedwetting behavior to physiological aspects, such as an undeveloped spine, a bladder problem, or something else. Although these issues can definitely contribute or cause such behavior. The majority of untrained children above 7 or 8 years old have psychological problems that trigger this biological response in their mechanism. Feeling disgusted with the bathroom doesn't help, so get that bathroom talk going. Don't use words like smelly or dirty or gross. Just explain that it's normal. You don't have to beat around the bush and use words like defecate or urinate either. They need to understand what it is, and that everybody does it. It's normal to go to the bathroom, and it's part of the process of growing up. Of course, you can say it's dirty enough not to touch it, but don't make their genitals or butts sound as if they, by themselves, are dirty or malfunctioning. A child may think he or she has to go to the bathroom, but be wrong about it. It happens all the time, so don't get frustrated. Stay calm and just say something like, "Oh well, good job for noticing something. Next time, we'll get it right." Please don't sigh, grunt, or get frustrated. I've made this mistake myself, but it sends the message that they have to get it exactly right, and perhaps next time they won't try going to the bathroom if they feel something because they're afraid of your reaction when they can't release anything from their bodies. I know it's disappointing if you end up wasting your time taking them to the bathroom all day without any results. But you have to swallow this reality and realize that it is only temporary. It's time-consuming for a few weeks, a few months, or some other time period. But after that, it's over. After that, at least at home, they can go by themselves. Another tip: bribe your kid. Rewards are one of the most important ways to stimulate your child to do things. Mini pieces of candy, small toys, pennies, or stickers. You could, for example, tell them that they get 1 M&M for going potty, and 2 more for poop, and 5 more for wiping their own butt. You can have a piggy bank in the bathroom, or you can give him or her a coupon to buy something once the child saves up a number of things. I hope you can find the right way to do it, because you don't want them to become addicted to candy even more than they are. If you can find something else other than candy, it would be better, but for a small time period, this might work. Don't worry, even if you're using candy, that this will backfire on you in the long run by having them remember 2 years later that they get a piece of candy for every bathroom trip. Their memories don't last that long. I mean, they do remember faces and places, etc. But for little kids like that, a habit can quickly fade off into the abyss of forgetting. Whatever you do, don't punish them, make fun of them, or embarrass them. Don't shame your children. This may sound obvious, and hopefully, since you bought or read this book, you are not one of those people. But you would be surprised how many people do this to their kids, even parents that don't abuse their children in an extreme sense of the word. There are many parents out there who lose their patience, give their child the look of rebuking them, or roll their eyes and sigh. Don't do it. Stay calm and love your child regardless of this new challenge. Don't force your child to stay on the toilet either. If the pee or poop doesn't come and it looks like it turns into a false alarm, just take your child off the toilet and tell them you'll try again later. It's no big deal. You will be interrupted again, but avoiding the appearance of frustration is worth the few extra minutes. Like I said, if the child is anxious or fearful, it will backfire on you. The last thing you want is that the child is afraid to tell you when they feel something. Accidents would be more likely to occur if that were the case. Just don't give up. It's a struggle, but you will get through it, as every other parent has. When you have a few accidents in one day, or a long streak of success, and then suddenly a drawback, don't give up and stay at it. Eventually their behavior will turn around and they will become better at it. I know this is not as much of a tip as it is a motivational affirmation of some sort, but it is important to keep emphasizing this to yourself. If the sound of flushing scares your toddler, then wait until he or she is out of the room. As your kid becomes more comfortable with the noise, you can do it when he or she is closer. You can start by letting your child stay in the next room, or in the doorway, or a few feet away. When your child is ready, eventually ask him or her to do it by themselves. Our first daughter is very sensitive to noises. She whines about the music being too loud, and she was afraid of the vacuum cleaner. Our other daughter is the exact opposite. She makes noise, she likes noise, and she would go to the vacuum cleaner to touch it and check it out. Then she would laugh. Not every kid is the same. Try to adjust your patterns to the children's preferences, fears, likes, and dislikes. Say goodbye to whatever is flushed down the toilet. This is something my mother used to do, and she recorded it in my journal. We said goodbye to the thing being flushed down the toilet. Goodbye, poop. See you next time. That was what we did, and it helped. Just be sure to point out that certain things should not be flushed down the toilet, or you will find yourself calling the plumber within a short period of time and find toys, keys, and jewelry stuck in your system. Some children will have such a fun time with the flushing that they end up flushing other valuable objects down the toilet. Even not very valuable ones could ruin the plumbing system and cost you hundreds of dollars for someone to come over and fix it. So be careful with this. Involve others when possible. Let others encourage your child as well. Ask your doctor, grandparent, preschool teacher, or the lady at the supermarket to be excited when you tell them your child has gone to the bathroom 8 times in a row, or something similar. When others get excited about it, the child will feel even more supported. You can have them clap, cheer, and high-five, as if it's a big show. Remember that children don't feel shy about nudity. So if the involved adults are trustworthy in your eyes, you don't have to worry about exposing their body to them. You can also tell them something like that the poop goes out to the sea to feed the fish. If he or she cares about animals, he or she may want to help. With all the lies we feed our kids as adults to make them feel better or more obedient, so all for the sake of beneficial results, this shouldn't be a problem. Let your child know that the difference of going potty makes them a big boy or big girl or real child. It makes them feel like they progressed and grew. This is one of the best compliments you can give a child, because children want to be more like adults. They look up to adults and older kids, so if you let them know that by doing this right, they will be more like you or their older siblings. They will be more motivated. It makes them feel like they are capable, competent, skilled, so don't hold back on those compliments. Sometimes reverse psychology works too. My wife and I would look at each other with a little smile and would say, "Nope, she can't do it. It's too hard. I don't believe it." Our little stubborn 2-year-old would then say, "Oh yeah, watch me." And she would do it. It's all about the reaction afterwards. We would pretend to be shocked and amazed and say something like, "Wow, you can do that all by yourself? No way! That's crazy! I didn't think you could do that." She loved it. She sure showed us, right? Conclusion. Well, this was it. I hope you learned something new, and that with these tips, you will be armed and ready to take on the next kids for potty training, and have fast success with your efforts. Thank you for reading or listening to my book. If you like it, please leave a review. Goodbye. Closing credits. This has been Potty-Train Your Kid. Fast methods to speed up potty training habits. Written by Bill Ostertag. Narrated by Rick Parody. Copyright 2018 by Bill Ostertag. Production copyright 2018 by Bill Ostertag.